Alright, welcome back everyone. This is DragonInWhite here, and we are back with another episode of Amazing Cultivation Simulator. We are still on the tutorial, and we're coming to at least 60% done. It's been a rather long tutorial, but let's jump right in. I think I got a feeling this section will be shorter. So this first one, Sect Management. So through this tutorial, you will learn about the various functions of the Sect, their attributes, and how reputation affects the sects, and also the difference between good and evil. Okay, I just read that. When the player have inner sect disciples, you can check on the sect, I think, attributes and management it. Okay, so click this. Through experiential trainings or things on the map, or or the skills you use, you can gain reputation. But the higher your reputation, the stronger the enemy that attacks you. Well, prestige, I suppose, rather than reputation. When your prestige reaches a certain level, you can raise the scale of your sect. The larger the scale, the more disciples you can recruit. So currently we're in a cave kind of thing, or a paradise. Actually, more of a paradise scale. And then this is the number of disciples we have, so 7 out of 36 possible slots. The player's various action in games will affect the alignment of the sect, good or evil, and this will also affect your relationship with other sects, and also affect your choice and development direction. So currently we are 100 in righteous, 100 in evil. Okay, so the sect's feng shui, or the geomancy, it's basically a rating of the feng shui buildings and how it affects your sect. So here now is a cultivation treasure land. When the player selects the sect food, the disciples will automatically start cooking missions 2 hours before it's time to eat. The players can also choose different people to deal with the cooking as according to the food storage situation. When there's enough food, you can cancel the selection. Here is normal dishes, delicacies, and kind of what's one level higher than delicacies, like precious food kind of thing. Over here, this is cultivation techniques, sect rules, sect news. Supreme Grand something, 大法. Supreme Grand Skill, I suppose we can go with that. This is all the cultivation techniques that the player obtained in the sect, and they are sorted out by categories. This level of the first level, Fun, so means mundane skills, can only be cultivated to pure condensation stage. And golden core skills can only be cultivated to golden core stage, and the other cultivation techniques have their own corresponding level. These are the attributes of cultivation techniques and level, and the other information that player needs to know. And this is the comprehension tree. And this is comprehension page that we saw before. It indicates the comprehension tree, the information, and what we can learn. In the Sect's basic information page, you can understand the various information on the Sect and allow the player to manage the Sect. Okay, so I think this is the Sect organization. Players can select there to select a suitable Sect master for the Sect. The strength of the Sect master will influence the emotions of the disciples, or changing the Sect also can cause that. Okay, when players reach the level of paradise, they can establish branches. The stronger the branch master, the more benefits the disciples of the branch. You can also build a branch area, and when the disciples are in the branch area, they will gain benefits. The branch changing of the branch master can cause impact on the disciples. Okay. Disciple list. Okay. Player can see all the inner Sect disciples and the corresponding master and disciple relationship. So the orange ones here, these are the inner Sect, and of which this person is the master of this person, which is the master of this person, I think. Yeah, and then this person is also person is an independent person. This is outer Sect, and there's 3 of them, and I think this is some kind of monster or something like that. Whoa, this is deep. Okay, players can select this to fire a disciple. Do I have to? Okay, that's not making me late. Sect relationships. So, player can use this page to see their relationship with the various different sects, how friendly they are with each other, your alliance, and then various information, and also can see the development direction of the sect. I think their friendship kind of thing. Yeah. So there's a bunch of sects here. I wouldn't bother translating those. You can click to see the information. And this is how that sect is, how the relationship is like with the other sects. And this is their strength, it is a description. The above sect functions will be very important in the gameplay. Players can use these functions to develop and set down different measures for the sect. Okay, next one. That was longer than expected. Okay, after this one, you understand the difference between feng shui building and non-feng shui building, and using the other attributes to regulate feng shui. Okay, first I got to build, life, bed. In the game, most of the life category, work category, sect category, leisure category, and build others have an indication that it's a feng shui kind of build. It will change the 5 element distribution and also work with the environment. The better the feng shui. If it's alignment with the feng shui, it's good. If not, then it's bad. Yeah. There are items in the game that have no feng shui note on it. These are decorative. Well, okay, so they're not buildings. I've been translating as building, but I'll say it's more of furniture or furnishings. So most of them will just follow the 5 elemental attribute of the main material, and it should not be affected by the feng shui of the environment. Okay. In the game, there are a portion of furnishing will bring its own, will show an attribute notation, and when it shows the notation, whether it has one of the 5 attribute or a null attribute, that furnishing will not be impacted by the attribute of the main ingredient, and hence affect the surrounding feng shui. So over here it has none. What the player needs to take note is many of the furnishing in the game will bring its own feng shui in, and are different from the building's 5 attributes, such as this certain platform has a fire attribute, the well has water attribute, etc. Because of that, the player needs to gain a better understanding of feng shui. Okay. Select the feng shui to go into feng shui mode. Okay, this stone table is an earth attributed feng shui furnishing. Because of that, it will be affected by the environmental 5 element, and in the feng shui mode, you can see the yellow or red buildings are not building furnishing are bad furnishing for feng shui. If it is this one currently is slightly red, so more orange. Clearly, it has already been affected by. It's countering the feng shui. Okay. This stone table is an. Okay, it's the same thing as earlier. So you can see now here. This is wood, earth. Okay, I got to. Hang on. Okay, so the Wutong wood, okay, it's a kind of wood. Don't ask me to translate that on the spot. I can't think of a name now. It's a wood attributed item material and will affect the surrounding feng shui. Okay. This material of this wood, mixing this lantern, is a wood attributed decorative building and will affect the surrounding feng shui. Okay, click on this and go out. Select on the table the decoration item on it. Place item. Place fire bronze ingot. Select this one. Remove this item. And move this item to this area. Okay, now to go out and see. Because we changed it out for the fire ingot, fire bronze ingot, erase the surrounding fire attribute. Okay. And because we changed this into a fire bronze lantern, it raised the fire attribute as well. So, okay. Fire creates metal. And because of the 5 elemental changes, the stone table is affected by the fire attributed environment, and as it is an earth attributed, now it is considered good feng shui. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be tough. Yeah, because fire also births earth. Players can change the feng shui furnishing to affect the surrounding 5 elements to change the flow of feng shui and also affect the room's feng shui. Oh boy, this is getting complicated. Okay, select the area in the room and players can check this area to see what is the feng shui like here and the results of the many factors, and this one says minor ominous. Oh, okay, that actually helps here then. Because it actually tells you what it is. So okay, so room decorations, I think, and then bedroom and feng shui leaking. These are the 3 negative. The stone table and the spirit bed are positive. If there are okay, so how filled the room is will affect the room's feng shui. Currently, it's too empty. So click this. As different room. Wait, what? Okay, according to the different functions of the room, the direction the door opens in, and how many doors, all these will affect the room's feng shui. So, for example, this is a bedroom, and hence the correct direction of the door should face south. The door should be placed below, and other rooms should face in the respective direction according to feng shui. And you can press F10 to check on that. Yeah, basically this is the F10 thing. It just brings up and help on that. Oh boy, that one was quite a bit to absorb in. Okay, let's see. After this tutorial, you understand the inner sect room's core requirements and how to satisfy the inner sect room's feng shui. Oh boy, I am starting to get scared of this game. Okay, select an inner sect disciple. Select cultivation. Okay, this disciple is a metal attribute, and according to the 5 elements, we need to arrange an earth attribute for him. So because earth births metal. Okay, so go into feng shui mode. This room should be of very high fire attribute, and it clashes with that disciple's cultivation attribute. Hence, it's not suitable for inner sect disciples as a room. Okay. This room should have very high earth attribute, and it is a cooperative relationship with the disciple's cultivation attribute. It's more suitable for this disciple as his room. When choosing rooms for disciple, you need to follow the 5 elements, the principle of the 5 elements working against and with other to choose a area or to build a room suitable for the inner sect disciple. Okay, choose the main material. Bed. Okay, I can choose the Because the disciple's five elemental attribute is metal and is suitable in areas rich in earth element, and to cultivate in earth element environment as well, the feng shui of the building needs to match the various decorative feng shui furnishing. Hence, our main ingredient choice, it will be more suitable to use gold attribute materials. That way, it will help enhance the earth attribute building to achieve the cooperative purpose. Okay, so we want gold. Put the bait here. Feng Shui is good, it says. And they gotta build it. Okay, and then select the metal bait. Designate this. Text the disciple we selected earlier. It shows gold at the corner. Select. The cultivation location. Hang on. You can not only use baits for cultivation points or cultivation location. You can also use prayer mats or stuff like that. And the main ingredients should be the same as the Inner Sect Disciples cultivation technique attribute. Okay, so now next one, lamp. Decorative, lamp, oil lamp, and wait, earth? Why earth? Flower vase. Incense pot. The primary feng shui furnishing of an Inner Sect Disciples room will be bed, prayer mat. Fa zuo will be something to sit on still. And this kind of buildings are normally having the entrance facing south, like a bedroom. Oh, it is a bedroom. Okay. The core design of the Inner Sect Disciple room is using cooperative element materials and decorative type furnishing that are the same as the that supports the Inner Sect Disciple. For example, the earth attributed oil lamp. For the metal attribute Inner Sect Disciple cultivation technique. So you should use a metal attribute material as the cultivation point. Okay, that's a bit confusing, but hopefully in the game it helps me through. Next one. After this tutorial, you understand how to transact with traveling merchants. Okay, traveling merchants. A person from the Traveling Merchant Association comes to visit and he plans to stay here for 1 day. This one says, I know. Okay, the traveling merchant, this person, okay, arrived. In the game, traveling merchants occasionally come to the player's sect, and players can interact with them and to transact goods. The currency of transaction is primarily spirit stones. Of course, you can use items of equal value for exchange. Before making each transaction, the player needs to prepare the transaction items. View. Region. Transaction zone. Okay. Select spirit stones. Bring it to transaction zone. Okay. Every time a traveling merchant comes, they will bring large amount of goods. Hence, players can make the preparations for the transactions in advance in order to not miss the transaction time. Okay, select the traveling merchant, transact. This is the goods that the traveling merchant brings. Players can use the keyboard shortcuts to do a batch transaction, something like that. This item here is an auction invitation. Oh, okay, you can click, not keyboard shortcut, you can click. So left click to increase, right click to decrease. This is the goods inside your Sect's transaction area. And this is the transaction window where it's being transacted. The one on the... This is the value of transaction. This is for the merchant and this is for ours. And once the two prices match, we can select confirm. Every time a traveling merchant comes, you'll stop for a period of time. Hence, player can transact many times. However, the player needs to pay note to this. If the traveling merchant falls or basically dies in the player's sect, although they will gain all the goods of this traveling merchant, that traveling merchant will never come to the sect to transact again. So do consider carefully before doing anything. So basically it's telling you that you can kill the merchant and you basically rob all his item, but you never come back. Okay, I think we can do one more. Through this tutorial, you understand the world map and the world under the heavens to grasp how this area interact with each other. Okay. Okay, so this one, it writes below the sky, which means world. When the player has intersect disciples, they can go to the world map and send their disciples to these places for experiential training. And in the process, they will gain they will run into many important secrets and gain prizes and resources from them. Secrets. The secrets that the player find in the game will be shown over here, and when you click on them, you will jump straight to where they are. This is disciples. Players in the game. Wait. If players send out their disciples to certain places, they'll be shown here. When the player needs to call back the disciples, they can also call back the disciples using this. This is to expand the map. Oh no, this is not expand the... Maybe... Oh, okay, the factions, I think. Yeah. All the factions on the map have their own kind of territories. Different factions will have different colors. Players can use different methods to expand your territory and Neutral territory is the best place to enter. Okay. So yeah, this is expansion. Through the earlier world introduction, we already have kind of a cooperative method of playing. For that, let's understand about the regular location, something like that. Okay. Select the South Hidden Village. Okay, a small village, and the villagers here are mostly farmers or hunters. They primarily farm or hunt for a living. And these are the things that they produce. You can send them on an experiential training. Okay. When sending an disciple to a location for experiential training, the length, the time it will take will depend on the disciple's cultivation level, experiential training speed, and attributes. The player also can send multiple disciples to the same place for experiential training. So this disciple will take 0.25 days, 1/4 day. The cultivation techniques it uses is this one. It's basically an earth attribute, and it's an Yuan Shen. I don't know, okay, kind of a consciousness kind of state. It's the fourth state, okay. I can't translate that right now. Wow, she's a woman that is 1029 years old, and her Tao cultivation is 421. Okay, so select this one. I thought that's the Sect Master. And basically, this one here is said to do once, and after it comes back, you can select to continuously go back there. This one, I think it's kind of a establish set up camp there, something like that. After establishing a sect, the inner sect disciples can set up camp there, and the disciples will stay there for 28 days or until they are injured. And you may recall the disciples after every 2 to 4 days or something like that. So this is a wood attribute. Also the fourth stage, the Yuan Shen stage. Yeah, this is I think an exploration level. So you can see the degree of exploration, and the more you send people on experiential training or set up camps there, the higher the exploration level, and you will unlock all the surrounding hidden secrets. Once you hit 100%, you explore the entire area. Okay, after understanding how to go on experiential training or set up camps, the players can go to the world map locations to gain various rare resources and discover interesting secrets, or even visit other sects. Okay, and I think that is it for today. Well, not today, for this episode. Before I go off, quick usual shameless plugs. Check out Immortal and Martial Dual Cultivation for, cultivation novels. And then also check out my Patreon if you'd like to support me, either for YouTube's or the translation. You can do so over there. The link for everything is down in the description below. And next up is my merch store. If you'd like to check out the DragonInWhite merch, do check out over there. And if you would like to purchase them, take a look, consider them, and you can get them all there. And finally, Book Depository affiliate link down there. It is an online bookstore that ships worldwide. Of course, do your own price comparison and make sure it's the best price for you first. Alright, and we come to an end to today's episode. So, subscribe to the channel if you have not, like the video if you liked, and ding the notification bell if you like to get notifications. Ciao guys!